Hi viewers, welcome back to our channel Make Math Easy. In the last class we introduced the second order differentiation. In today's class we will see few important models from the board point of view, which will be chances from the topic second order differentiation, and we will try to discuss what is the common mistake the students used to do when dealing with the parametric equations as far as second order differentiation is concerned, right? So let us start with few questions. Y is equal to x plus root over x square plus 1 whole power n. Then show that 1 plus x square y2 plus x into y1 plus n square y is equals to is equal to n square y is equal to n square y. So just let me cross check the question once again. Y is equal to x plus root over 1 plus x square whole power n. Then show that 1 plus x square into d square by dx square plus x dy by dx is equal to n square y. So if you remember, in the last class itself I gave you few tips how you have to solve the second order differentiation questions. The basic point that you have to remember is when you are doing step by step differentiation, at every level of differentiation try to make use of the previous level question, previous level part of the question. That will help you to reduce the complexity of the question, and also it will help you to arrive at the answer directly, right? So let us apply first differentiation, that is the basic thing. Dy by dx is equal to, so this is of the form x power n. I have to use n into x power n minus 1 into, you have to go for the inner differentiation, into d by dx of x plus root over x square plus 1, right? So let us see further differentiation. This is equal to n into x plus root over x square plus 1 whole power n minus 1. Take the inner differentiation for this, 1 plus root differentiation is 1 by 2 root over x square plus 1 into inner differentiation of x square is 2x, 1 differentiation is 0. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. This is equal to n into x plus root over x square plus 1 whole power n minus 1. Here you left out with 1 by x root over x square plus 1, right? So don't leave the terms like this, just you look for further simplification. So this is equal to n into x plus root over x square plus 1 whole power n minus 1. If you take the LCM here, this is root over x square plus 1, this is root over x square plus 1, and then plus x. So you can just observe here, this is x plus root over x square plus 1 whole power n minus 1. This is also x plus root over x square plus 1 only. So from the law of exponents you can make use of a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. So this is n by root over x square plus 1 into, this will become x plus root over x square plus 1 whole power n minus 1 plus 1, because here the power is 1. So 1 will get cancelled. This is equal to n divided by root over x square plus 1 into x plus root over x square plus 1 whole power n. This is still first order differentiation only. We didn't go to a second order differentiation still. But I told you, try to simplify to the maximum in the first order differentiation, that will help you to arrive at the answer directly. If you just observe here, in this part of the question, this is nothing but given y for us. So now see how it will be simplified. Y1 is equal to n divided by root over x square plus 1 into y, because this part is replaced with n given question. Now see, we used it in the first order differentiation, the previous part of the question, that is nothing but y. So if you just observe this proving part, we have 1 plus x square, but in this we got a square root. So that means I have to do the squaring on both sides. Why? Because I don't have a square root in the given question. Another thing is, here it is in terms of a multiplication. So that is giving a hint that bring this term to the left side. So this is y1 into root over x square plus 1 is equal to ny. Now do the squaring on both sides. It will become y1 square x square plus 1 is equal to n square y square. Right? But in our proving part we have a y2. So that is giving a hint that we have to apply second order differentiation. Now apply differentiation here again on both the sides. That will become d by dx of y1 square into x square plus 1 is equal to d by dx of n square y square. Right? Observe here, it's a product. So you have to go for product rule. So u v v dash x square differentiation is 2x, one differentiation is 0. Then I will keep x square plus 1 as it is, and y1 square differentiation will become 2y1 y2. Why? Because here I have to apply again that power rule, x power n formula, n into x power n minus 1. Inner differentiation for y1 will become y2. Right? So from here n square is a constant. For this, if you take the differentiation 2y1, right? So if you just look through the entire equation, you can cancel out 1 y1, 2 y1, 2 y1. So just write the remaining part, x y1 x square plus 1 y2 is equal to n square y. See how simply we arrive at the result. See what we did here, we didn't go for any complicated method of solving it, we just go for directly applying differentiation. What is the logic that we use is, at every level of differentiation we just try to use the previous part of the question that will help us to arrive at the answer directly. Just imagine, by seeing this power n itself, we will get a first doubt is how we will solve this question. So it is really impossible when you have an unknown value like this in the solving. But once if you follow a specific approach, a standard procedure for solving a question, even whatever it may be, even if it is 1000 or 2001 or whatever it may be, you can arrive at the answer in a simplest way. So my suggestion is better concentrate more on the procedures and the approaches than on a specific problem solutions. Hope this point is clear. Right? So this is how you have to solve the second order based questions. Let us see some another models. Right, now let us take one more question. Let us take one more question now. Y is equal to x into log of x by a plus bx. Y is equal to x into log of x plus x by a plus bx. Then prove that x cube y2 is equal to x into y1 plus y whole square. X cube into y2, that means it's a second order differentiation, and this is a whole square. So the point you have to understand here, very basic thing, we have a difference between, this is d square y by dx square represents second order differentiation, whereas this is dy by dx is whole square is representing square of a first order differentiation. So both are for sure they are not equal. That is the basic point you have to remember. Okay. So now see, we have a y2, we have a y1, and we have a y also. So let us try to simplify this one. How to solve this part? So let us check the question again. Y is equal to x log of x by a plus bx. See, I am checking the question all the time after writing once. The reason is, usually students do the mistakes when the question they are taking from the question paper to the answer booklet. So that's why before going for the further approach, my suggestion is please cross check the question once again whether what you wrote is correct or not, right? So y is equal to x into log of x by a plus bx is the part. Now you can just observe here, it is not necessary that you have to take the question as it is whatever they had given to us. We can do, if you have any further scope of simplification here, you can go ahead with that also. There is nothing wrong in that. So here, what is the basic simplification that I can do is log of a by b, that can be written as log a minus log b. So here, this is first function and this entire thing can be considered as a second function. You may get a doubt here, why can't we proceed with as it is question? Yes, you can proceed, there is nothing wrong in that. As I told you, the problem that what made me to go for applying the logarithm properties is simple thing. See, here it is, if you observe, it is a division function. So that means and it is a multiplication again. That means when you do the derivative directly, you have to apply multiplication rule, that is product rule, and you have to apply the quotient rule also. So there is a high chances for student to get confused while doing in the board examination. So that's why I went for this approach, so that if you just observe, it is a subtraction here and it is a multiplication. So I have to just use the product rule here to arrive at the answer. That's it. So let us go into the applying differentiation now. dy by dx is equal to x, I will keep as it is. Log function differentiation is 1 by x. And the log of a plus bx is a plus 1 by a plus bx into b, because a derivative is 0, bx derivative is b. Second term, I will keep this as it is, log x minus log of a plus bx into x derivative is 1. So this, if you observe, y1 is equal to, we can take the LCM and it will become x into a plus bx. First term will become a plus bx and then minus bx plus, and this is log x minus log of a plus bx. Okay, so you can just cancel out x and x here, and bx and bx also will get cancelled out. You will be left out with a by a plus bx, and then plus this will become, I will just make use of the property again, log a minus log b as a log of a by b. You will understand in the next step why I had write in the why I used the logarithm property again here. See, this is the value of y1. I told you that try to make use of the value of previous part of the question in simplification. That is what I told you, right? So from this part, log of x minus log of a plus bx can be replaced with y by x, or from this question also log of x by a plus bx can be replaced with y by x. So I will just replace that y1 is equal to a by a plus bx plus y by x, right? Now see here, in the question requirement part, I am having x into y1. It's not just a y1, x into y1 I am having. So what I will do, I will try to multiply with x throughout the equation. Then I will be getting xy1 is equal to ax by a plus bx plus x into y by x will become y, right? So this is ax plus a plus bx plus y. But in our requirement, xy1 plus y is there. So I will add y on both sides. xy1 plus y is equal to ax by a plus bx plus y will become 2y. So this is our LHS part. Right? Till now we didn't find out the second order differentiation. Now see, this simplification we did only for the purpose of our required proving part, right? So this I will take into consideration for finding the value of y2, and let me apply the differentiation for this part. So y1 is equal to a by a plus bx plus y by x. Okay, so let us apply differentiation for this itself one more time. So this differentiation will become y2. Here I no need to go for actually division rule. This I will write it as an d by dx of a into a plus bx whole power minus 1. For this, if I apply the inner differentiation, for this quotient rule, denominator will become x square and x into y1 minus y into 1. This is what you are getting, right? So let us simplify this further. Y2 is equal to, if I use the that power rule, I will be getting minus a into a plus bx whole power minus 2 into b, and then plus x y1 minus y by x square. Okay, so simplified further, this is nothing but minus ab by a plus bx whole square plus x y1 minus y by x square. This is y2 term, right? Now just observe here what else we can do. That is our question. So we found y2, we found y1, and xy1 plus y also we found out. Now how you can be able to relate this with our proving part? That is the question. And if you just observe one small thing here, this is y2, but our requirement is x cube into y2. So let me just multiply with x cube. y2 is equal to minus ab x cube divided by a plus bx whole square. If you multiply with x cube here, that means into x cube I will be getting x square, and x cube will be, x will be the balance. So it will become x into xy1 minus y. So now your task is, this value has to be equated to this value. But if you see one more thing here, in this there is no y1. So I have to substitute the value of y1 here to arrive at the answer. So this is the value of y1, or we have here, if you observe, x into y1. See, the only part is, it's all about whether you are using all the terms effectively in the procedure or not. From this, if you just observe, x y1 minus y can be replaced with ax divided by a plus bx, right? So let us substitute that part here. This is minus ab x cube by a plus bx whole square plus x into xy1 minus y. If you replace this one, ax by a plus bx I am getting. So simplified further, minus ab x cube by a plus bx whole square plus ax square by a plus bx. Okay, so hope till here it is clear. Now if you just simplify this further by taking the LCM, you will be getting a plus bx whole square, that we are aware of, and the first term will be minus ab x cube plus ax square into a plus bx. So let us simplify it further. So x cube into y2 is equal to, this term if you expand it, minus ab x cube plus ax square, that means you will be getting a square x square plus ab x cube divided by a plus bx whole square. So this is equal to ab x cube will get cancelled, you will be getting a square x square by a plus bx whole square, right? You can just pull out ax by, square as a common, you will be getting ax by a plus bx whole square, right? ax by a plus bx whole square. So we have to prove this as an xy1 plus, this is minus y. I'm really sorry, this is minus y here, xy1 minus y. Now see, xy1 minus y is ax by a plus bx. So this will become xy1 minus y whole square. So this is x cube y2. So I'm sorry, I made a mistake here. I wrote here it as a plus, actually it is minus. Really sorry for that mistake. So if you just observe here, even in this also, we didn't go for any sort of formulations. We just went for the how you can apply the logic and the approach correctly, and we just take the simplification in a very cool way so that you didn't do any mistake in the calculation part. See, after finding y1 like this, we may not get a thought of, this is of no need actually, we may not get a thought of identifying or finding like this. That doesn't matter. One thing you have to remember is according to your requirement you have to go for the approach. That is the first point. And the second thing is, as I told you, at every level of differentiation try to make use of the previous part of the solution. See here in y2 I have a xy1 minus y, but I have only y1. From this I should get a thought of I have to make use of this somewhere xy1 minus y has to be replaced with some another part. That calculation you will get from this part. So we may not be able to get this type of thought in the very starting solving itself. It will come over a period of time. The only thing is you just have to keep the basic points in mind such a way, some points like at every level of differentiation we have to make use of previous differentiation. This type of points only you have to keep in mind while solving the second order differentiation. Right? So now let us solve one simple question with respect to parametric equation involving with the second order differentiation. So why I am specifically behind the parametric form is the simple thing. Usually students will do mistake in second order differentiation only, that too with respect to parametric form. Because I will just highlight that part where usually students will do mistake while doing the parametric form, right? Right. Now just see this question. For example, see I have this one. X is equal to a into cos t plus t sin t. Y is equal to a into sin t minus t into cos t. This is into, and you have to find out the value of y2 d square y by dx square at t is equal to pi by 4. Okay. See, first understand this part. We have to find out the second order differentiation at t is equal to pi by 4. See, when I explained to you the first order differentiation also, the common mistake that students will do is they will try to substitute the t equal to pi by 4 here. So there also I gave you one simple explanation that they are asking the y2 or y1 at t equal to pi by 4. That means first you have to find y1 and then only at t equal to pi by 4 you have to do. So we know how to simplify the first order differentiation. So let us apply differentiation on both the sides. Dx by dt is equal to a into cos t differentiation is minus sin t. This is a product rule. So t into cos t plus sin t into 1. So you will be getting dx by dt is equal to a into t into cos t. That is the first level of dx by dt. Now come to the part of dy by dt. A is a constant again. Sin t differentiation is cos t minus, again here the product rule. T I will differentiation is 1 and then cos t plus t into cos t differentiation is minus sin t. So this is equal to a into cos t minus cos t plus t into sin t. This is equal to a into t into sin t. Now see, our requirement is to find the value of dy by dx. So dy by dx is equal to dy by dt by dx by dt. You will be getting a into t into sin t by a into t into cos t. So these two will get cancelled and you will be getting tan t. So till here everyone will do correctly only, there won't be any problem in getting that answer. Now the common problem here is when you apply the second order differentiation, dy by dx is equal to tan t we are getting. So now just observe please clearly, if you apply the differentiation with respect to one more time with respect to x here is equal to d by dx of tan t, right? Usually students won't write this step, because of not writing this step only there is a scope for mistake. So this second order differentiation d square y by dx square is equal to tan t differentiation is secant square t, but actually you are applying differentiation with respect to x, but you have a t as a variable. That means inner differentiation we have to take as a dt by dx. Usually students will forget this part, that is why they will do a mistake. So that means the second order differentiation value d square y by dx square is equal to secant square t. This can be written as by dx by dt, right? So dx by dt is nothing but a into t into cos t. Substitute that secant square t by a into t into cos t. But what they are asking, d square y by dx square at t is equal to pi by 4. See, this is the advantage why we used to say that try to simplify the first order differentiation to the maximum. Why we will say that word is, if you just simplify it you will be getting in a single word answers like this, because of which second order differentiation will become simple, right? So this is equal to secant square pi by 4 means 2 a t, this is 1 by root. So you will be getting 2 root 2 by at. Here at t this slash represents at t is equal to pi by 4 and the final answer is 2 root 2 by at. You may get a doubt here, can't we simplify it further? Yes, you can do here also further simplification by writing cos t as a 1 by secant t. You can take to the numerator, you will be getting secant cube t by at. Still you will be getting the same answer only, there won't be any problem for that matter. Okay. So in the next class we will see some more important models in the second order differentiation from the board point of view, where there is a high scope for asking for a 3-mark question. Okay. Hope you like this video. If you have any doubts you can just post in the comment section. Your doubts will be cleared in the next video class. Right. Thank you guys.